So that means that f prime of x is 5 times the 8. And that's the secant of x raised to the 8 minus 1. Just have to multiply it by the derivative of secant x. And in that case now, 5 times 8 is?
40.
So that's 40 times the secant of x raised to what power?
7.
And then times the derivative of secant x, which is?
Secant x tangent x.
And in that case, in that class, since this is the 7th, that could be like being f prime of x is 40 times the secant of x raised to the 8th. Because it's understood to be what power here? There's a 1. And remember, you add the exponents. Any problem with this?
So the final answer that you are willing to take is?
We good? In our class yesterday, we had all the 6 trig functions. We told you the derivative of sine x is cosine x. The problem we're going to have, class, we're going to have problems like this. F prime of x is equal to the, it might say, the sine of 3x squared plus 7. It might say the sine of 3x squared, where it may not just be x. So my class can get around this. This is what's going to happen every time. So I'm going to say the derivative of sine u, which means you know it's not x, right, class? So the derivative of sine u will be cosine u times the derivative of u. So the derivative of cosine u will equal to negative sine u times the derivative of u. And the derivative of tangent u will be secant squared u times the derivative of u. And the derivative of cotangent u will be negative cosecant squared u times the derivative of u. And the derivative of secant u will be secant u tangent u times the derivative of u. And the derivative of cosecant u will be negative cosecant u cotangent u times the derivative of u. And all we telling you, class, is the same thing again. If the angle is not x, multiply it by the derivative of the angle. If the angle is not x, multiply it by the derivative of the angle. If the angle is not x, then multiply it by the derivative of the angle. And all 6 of the trig functions will work the same way. please note, is this x class? No. So therefore, when I take the derivative of this, so the derivative of sine is,
Mhm. Cosine X.
so that's the cosine of what? 3x squared, and then times the derivative of what? That's all it means. If it's not x, just multiply by the derivative of it. And what's the derivative of 3x squared?
6X.
So that means it's f prime of x is equal to cosine of 3x squared times 6x. So for our final answer, we can write this as f prime of x is equal to 6x times the cosine of 3x squared. And let me tell my class right now, if your angle ever changes, you know you're wrong. We good? If I start with the angle being 3x squared on the trig function, it's gonna stay 3x squared. So this will not go over to, what y'all say, 18x cubed. We good? The angle will not change in your problems. 3x squared all the way through will not change. So don't start multiplying the angle by anything. I had number 11. And it says f of x is, pick one of the trig functions. Give me one. Pick one of Miss McNamara. So she want to know the tangent of, give me something to put in here. Plus, minus. So when I take the derivative, what's the derivative of tangent?
Secant. Squared X.
So that's secant squared, but it's not x, is it, class?
Yeah.
So there's secant squared of 5x minus 11. Since it's not x, I have to multiply it by the derivative of what? What? We good? So now we have f prime of x is secant squared of 5x minus 11. Well, what's the derivative of 5x minus 11?
5X. Oh, wait, yeah, 5X.
So we can write the answer as f prime of x is 5 times the secant squared of 5x minus 11. And they all work the same way. So I'm gonna give you two. Try all by yourself.